Hello, Dungeons of Light and Darkness, and welcome back to the Realm of Darkness. You know, I actually don't think I have anything planned here. I really wasn't expecting you guys, Problems, Master? Oh, sup, John? Thinking of something to review for Realm of Darkness. Unprepared as usual, eh? Oh, fuck off, I'm always prepared. Yes, of course, that explains how you just finished the 37-part Let's Play of Minish Cap we started in August. I had perfectly legit reasons for that. Hello, whatever. Why don't you just review Pokemon X and Y or something? But I already talked about Pokemon X and Y in my last video. Dude, does it really matter? Huh, good point, let's do it. Certainly. Now initializing Realm of Darkness trial for Pokemon X and Y. Ah yes, this Pokemon, the legendary JRPG that spawned countless sequels, reiterations, fan-made games, merchandise, anime, manga, and joy throughout the entire life cycle. It was there from our childhood and it will continue to be there for other people's childhoods, and the ever-expanding world of Pokemon brings more regions, more characters, and more monsters to capture in colorful balls so you can fight them to death. So you can imagine my surprise when these bad boys hit the shelves. First, these guys were announced quickly after Black and White 2 came out, swiftly killing what was, at the time, my second favorite generation of Pokemon. Second, what was presented to us was 3D cel-shaded 8-directional piece of god pie titled Pokemon X and Y. We have shit to talk about today, my friends, so let's get rolling. Okay, everybody knows that Pokemon isn't really one for large-scale, mind-blowing plots, and this is no exception. However, there are some pretty deep and emotional shit in this game, so I'm still gonna go ahead and do this. Still with me? Good, let's keep moving then. Anyway, like I said, there's no really big changes in the plot from any of its prequels, really. You still choose your gender, you're still in a single-parent household, the single parent is still your mother, you still have a friend, you still have a friend of me, you still have great Pokemon and balls to get badges, you still have your weak-ass organization of evil, and you still challenge the Elite Four to become the best Pokemon do-guide that ever lived. So, yeah, not much has changed. Well, actually, no, something has changed. The organization of evil is actually good at being evil this time. And by the organization of evil, I mean the leader, Lysander, because if you play this game, you'd know. He's pretty much a one-man band. Now, Lysander starts off as a real N, I should say. Like, literally, he's just N. He's one big N. If you don't know who N is, play Pokemon Black and White 2, you'll get it immediately. But I'm just telling you that I can't describe him as any other way but N. So, Lysander, from the beginning of the game, just blathers on and on about philosophical nonsense and the meaning of life, blah blah blah. However, a lot of what he says actually has truth to it. Things like how humans are selfish and we are ruining the beauty of this world. It's all surprisingly accurate. Not only that, but he'll consistently ask you things as if you, the player, are having a deep philosophical discussion with him. Down the road, Lysander's words begin to stick in your head, and when the reveal comes along that makes him out to be the main antagonist of the game, as if you didn't know that already, you can just feel the character development increase. Soon you fight through a secret cafe laboratory and meet up with him where he holds another mysterious character in a jail cell. He then begins to tell the story of a long and rich war between Pokemon that happened 3 millennia ago. In this war, a king who loved his Pokemon dearly lost one of his Pokemon in the war. His loss affected him so much that he was willing to extinguish all life to revive it. The king then built a machine in order to revive his Pokemon, and it was successful. But it wasn't enough. The king was so infuriated that they had ever killed his Pokemon that he turned his machine into a super weapon and fired it at the war, causing mass destruction while simultaneously ending the war. However, his Pokemon, upon seeing all the damage and lives other Pokemon that it must have taken to revive it, he left the king. And the king was just heartbroken. Lysander now wants to recreate this effect on a larger scale by digging up the super weapon of legend and using it to destroy the world.
Of course!
After its destruction, he would then recreate it in his own beautiful image. Now in the end he does use the weapon, but it backfires because legendary Pokemon and the entire base collapses on itself, and everyone dies. Yes, everyone dies. Everyone fucking dies in this Pokemon game. The only one who doesn't die is Lysander, who was granted eternal life by Xerneas. Well, that's if you're playing X. If you're playing Y, I'm pretty sure he still dies. If anything really drove the plot of the game, it was definitely Lysander. I was almost sad to see him go. Whatever, he'll pass. Anyway, next segment. Again, it's Pokemon. The plots are repetitive and the characters are one-dimensional. Talking to anyone from Pokemon is like having a conversation with Plank from Ed and Eddie. The three I can actually mention are Professor Sycamore, Sharon, and Lysander. Looker's somewhere in there too, but he doesn't really count. And the other friends or rivals don't even count either. Two of them are just pathetic comic relief characters, and one of them kinda tries to form a relationship with the player, but it just ends up having a rush scene in the castle with a balcony with some fireworks. I see him get laid and then you just never see her again for like half the game. Sharon, however, that is a rival. Admittedly one of the weaker ones when compared to people like Barry, Don, or Gary motherfucking Oak, but I digress. Quote unquote, I have knowledge and power but still lose. Why? That's basically a trend some of these newer rivals are following. Kinda lame because there's no backstory to them and they don't really have any particular feats that they've actually accomplished throughout the entire adventure to really make you say, oh hell no, this trying to one up me? They ain't gonna have to do that, that's not happening. I'm gonna get you son, that doesn't happen. I mean Blue or Green or Gary or whatever the hell you wanna call him became the league champion right under your nose. I wanna see anyone that can beat that. But there's a reason why I like Callum so much. Yes, the role is lame, but the way he plays the role is pretty good. There's a moment in time where you, your friend, Professor Sycamore, the other professor, I don't know what his name is, gym leader, and some other people are discussing Mega Evolutions. It is noted that the technology needed to tap into the power of the Mega Stone is scarce and only one of you can have it currently. Everyone backs out because frankly, they don't deserve it, leaving only you and Callum. Now I like this moment in particular because the following words he says before you battle him and after you beat him shows serious levels of character development. I will master Mega Evolution and set myself apart from the other trainers. I will also do it for my Pokemon. We've come so far together and they've never stopped believing in me. You and your Pokemon are stronger. I can tell just by looking at you, but I'm not going to lose. The winner of this battle will be me. This is how you make a statement. And at the end of the day, he still gets his own Mega Evolution in the post-game, so I'm happy for him. Even if I did still own his ass 24/7. Anyway, now on the flip side of this, there's Lysander, in which I really do like the character. But since I've already talked about him, I don't think I should really talk any more about him in this segment. I mean, there are some other moments that I really did enjoy with the character, but I think you have to just experience the moments for yourself and see what you can get out of it. And that's pretty much it for characters though. And before you say it, no, Diantha was not important and Malva was just meh. I mean, Diantha just sucked balls as a champion. Alder, Blue, Steven, and fucking Cynthia tower over her, just tower. Hell, even Iris was better simply because it's fucking Iris. It's Iris. No one expected Iris to become the champion of anything. Team Flare was so disappointing that I literally forgot about everyone besides Lysander immediately after they were gone. When I got to the Elite Four, I was surprised to hear that she was part of Team Flare and a very important part as well, along with being a fucking news anchor. Plus, she's got that whole sadistic vibe going on. I love it. Love it. Blah blah blah, same thing as always, blah blah blah, did it before, blah blah blah, Pokemon formula. Are you detecting a pattern yet? For anyone not familiar with the gameplay mechanics of Pokemon, which is basically like 1% of the population of the Earth, here's a rundown. Pokemon is a basic JRPG. It involves your Pokemon and the enemy's Pokemon participating in turn-based combat. You can have a maximum of 6 Pokemon in your party, and all Pokemon are of varying types. Fire, water, grass, flying, ground, rock, steel, psychic, dark, ghost, poison, ice, fairy, fighting, dragon, and normal. Oh, and bug. There's bug. Some types are super effective to other types, and some are weak or ineffective to other types. It's basically just battle of the elements. You find wild Pokemon in tall patches of grass and catch them with Pokeballs. As of now, there are a total of 700 Pokemon in the game to catch and train, so it's your job to go out and get all of them while getting all 8 badges from each gym leader and taking down the best of the best in the region, the Elite Four, and their champion. Basically, go out, get Pokemon, fight Pokemon, and be the very best Pokemon dude guy that no one ever was. So what did this generation of Pokemon accomplish? Well, first, there's the beautiful 3D associated graphics! Right, there were those, but you can trade and battle online with other trainers. You mean like these? Oh, yeah, that's always been a thing, but, Pokebank! You mean this Pokebank? The one that has been broken since its entire release? The one that came out possibly 2 months after it was intended to be released. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate. To be honest, not much was incorporated into this generation. Everything new was done before or not really important. I mean, peer videos are stupid, Pokemon Army is hentai fodder, super training is pretty nifty but extremely repetitive, wonder trading is a blessing sent by God from the fucking sky, a lot of good stuff come out at night. It's really disappointing. However, that doesn't mean I don't appreciate them, as they are pretty fun inclusions to the game. I just expected more. Things I did like about the game had to be the customization. I love the customization. Finally this exists. And no, get out of here, John, because I know the game you're about to bring up and that game sucks, so leave. I am a man! And of course I have to mention the Mega Evolutions and the new typing, the Fairy type. Let's start with the easier of the two, Fairies. Take note that in my countdown last episode of the top 10 Colosseum Pokemon, there were no Fairies. Why? Because it's fucking stupid. All of the Colosseum Fairy types are silly, excluding Klefki and maybe another one, but I don't remember the name right now. It was all just really retarded. I feel like they wasted really good design opportunities here too. However, the typing is strong, being strong against Dragon types and Dark types, but even then, Steel types, Poison types, and Fire types crush them, so yeah, that's a problem. Also, most of the fairy population is of older Pokemon, like Gardevoir, Azumarill, and Granbull. Yeah, I don't get it either. So I feel like it was kind of a lazy move on Game Freak's part. And now for the Mega Evolutions. Yikes. Last year I uploaded an episode of Darkness the Second's discussions about the same topic. It was soon after the reveal of the starter Mega Evolutions, and the hype was real. I think it sounded a little bit like this. Oh my god! This comes along, everyone's hyped for it, and then this happens, and people are like, the fuck is this? What is this? What is it? Why is there Digimon in the book? What? While I was deep into the hype back then, no, I'm not so deep. This game mechanic is sick, don't get me wrong, but Jesus are they overpowered. Now, not all of them are that bad, sure, and they do play differently from their non-Mega Evolved forms, but come now. Be real. Shit let Mega Lucario and Mega Kangaskhan get thrown off a cliff into a pool of Nerf equipment. And while you can make the argument that some Pokemon are now a little bit more popular because of these things, lots of others are still shit when it comes to popularity, like Manectric and Houndoom and Pinsir, which is sad because they're actually really good. It was amazing, but it was underwhelming. And that pretty much sums everything up. Next segment. something that changed. Hell yes! To be completely honest, I do feel that this is kind of one of the weaker soundtracks of the entire series, but it's still really fucking good. Really fucking good. It's up there, man. Again, like in Kindecorous Uprising review, all the songs that I play up to this point are part of the game's soundtrack. So yeah, you know, these songs are awesome. Also, as I mentioned before, fucking 3D cell shaded textures, I'm out. Even if it has been done before, even if it has, Pokemon has never looked more beautiful. The graphics, man, you gotta look at the graphics. The atmosphere is wonderful. I think it's the happiest game of Pokemon I've ever been in. It's even the night seems joyful. It's just that good. Well, I mean, technically Battle Revolution was the superior 3D Pokemon game, but the fuck with that failure? I'm off on an adventure, bro. Next! Oh, here we go. Look, I'm ripping this shit up apart right now. Right now. Just saying, because as it is, as amazing as it is, it falls short of the perfection that everyone was hyping it up to have. I had a lot of gripes with this game as well, and for a Pokemon game this hype, that just shouldn't be. Let's start with the one that bugged me the most, the characters. Now, I talked about this earlier in the characters segment, but I was just skimming through the bulk, to be honest. This bugged me more than you know. As I said in character analysis, Pokemon NPCs are one-dimensional besides a handful of exceptions in each generation. But in this game, you will have 4 characters. 4! And one of them isn't even an original character of Generation 6. It is because of the poor execution of the poorly crafted characters that literally made this game's story probably the most boring I've ever had to sit and read, or in my case, mash the A button through. If a JRPG is supposed to heavily emphasize on plot, please, for the love of God, make the plot interesting. Lysander carried this game for me. Carried it, literally, on his back, got his ginger ass out of bed, picked up the 8 gigs of memory that is this game on his back and carried it to the Pokemon League with some help from Sycamore and Callum. That's it. Everyone else that it's supposed to be an important character, or in some cases even your friend, either never show up or as boring as stupid as butter toast on the fishing pole. Not even Az, man. Not even the Pokemon equivalent of a Norse god had me going. His story was interesting, but he wasn't. In fact, what I found most saddening is that at the end of the game, there's supposed to be this really feely scene you witness after the fight with Az, but everyone's all like crying and shit, and I just like laughed. I fucking laughed, man. That's not supposed to happen. His reaction, which can now be seen as a meme associated with Pokebank, was so damn hilarious to me that I laughed. I expected feels and got humor because I cared so little about that character, because the game gave me such little reason to care about that character. That's not a good sign. Hell, it couldn't even be like Gold and Silver, where at least Team Rocket was interesting enough for the game to have some purpose in exchange for everyone else being a prick. But nope, Team Flare was just ass. And this hurt me because even if they were ass at being evil, they didn't have to be ass at everything. You have a bunch of flamboyant retards in orange hair and clothing. That is so much to work with. You have a team of Marluxias. How can you mess that up? But no, they didn't. They actually fucked that up. They fucked it up to the point that no thought was put into the tropes of the characters. They fucked it up. All of them uninteresting and left no lasting impact on me besides a pest. To the point that they don't name the admins. How do you not name your admins? Is there some group hired an admin now? Is it called executive admin? Admin plus? Oh wait, no, it's retarded feces throwing monkey admin. Okay, that's cool. They aren't even trying. They can't name the admins, and the ones that come in with names come in like once and say nothing important, lose the battle, and then cease to exist until you meet them again near the final battle of the game, and still lose. I forgot I fought any of them. In the final battle when they came back, I forgot I fought any of them. Any of them. The only one I remembered was Malva, and again, that for some reason still escaped me after I beat Lysander. I mean, seriously, the only reason why I remembered her is because she managed to be omnipotent through the entire game. It's like Lysander is this genius dude with a dream and plans to shape the world in a better image, but has no one to join, so he asked a bunch of idiots down the street, and they were like, "Hello, do you want to be a part of my evil crime organization to shape the world into a better place?" And they were like, "Can we have pimp and costume you got over there?" And they were like, "Sure," and they were like, "Okay," and then fucking that happened. I don't know. I can't. Something else that really ground my gears into a pulp was the Pokemon. And that's not good. The Pokemon annoyed me when I'm playing a Pokemon game. But not the Pokemon themselves, of course. They were marvelous. Most of the Pokemon were actually great. They're brilliant. I mean, I have a whole top 10 list of purely those new additions to the Pokemon. But there are only 69 of them. 69! Why? That is the lowest it has ever been. Is it because they've worked so hard on Megalutions or something? Is that it? I don't get it. How do you release a new Pokemon game with so little new Pokemon? Oh, and for love of Christ, the post-game can just get tossed off a bridge. Oh my meters of eternal suffering, the post-game is a wreck. You wake up, you get another Kalos starter. You get another Kanto starter. You go to the hidden town with the cool stuff and the extra battles. You meet Looker, you chase an Esper, and you spend the rest of your time filling the decks or breeding competitive Pokemon teams, which nobody has time for these days. Note, this is still kind of pandering to casual gamers and competitive gamers. So if you're not a competitive gamer, you're not going to get a lot of the post game, meaning the casual gamers can go fuck themselves. That's bad. While I kind of fit in between casual and competitive, I still gotta feel bad for the casual gamers who really say that the post game is shit. And then everyone gets on their case because they think it isn't shit, but in case for them, it really is, because none of that really matters to them. A lot of this game wasn't bad, it was just disappointing. And it was because the game has so much hype and it didn't live up to it. All of the new and exciting stuff weren't new, and the ones that weren't exciting. It's not new, it's not revolutionary, it's just Pokemon. It's a normal installment of Pokemon, nothing special. And you know what? That's how it's supposed to be. That is the theme of this entire review. The game hasn't changed, it's still Pokemon. Same old Pokemon plot, same old Pokemon characters, same old Pokemon gameplay, same old Pokemon formula. It's same old Pokemon. And that's what it's supposed to be. Nothing wrong whatsoever. To market this as such a revolutionary installment, it's bullshit. But it's still a genius installment, and I definitely enjoyed it. And with that, let's wrap this up. Here we are once again, the final segment. You've heard everything I had to say about this game, so now it's time to decide whether I commend it to everyone for its brilliance, or condemn it to this realm forever so that no one can ever get their hands on it ever again. So, what do I think? I think the answer is obvious. Sure, the game was overhyped, the plot and the post-game were weak, and the characterization was almost non-existent, but at its core, it's still Pokemon. And there were a lot of things that I actually really loved about the game that really brought it up from all of that low crap that I ranted about earlier. And I really, really enjoyed it. I did. It was really enjoyable. There are things that this gen does that I just have to love. I enjoyed it, and I honestly would say that I'm hoping for Pokemon Z to come out so that it gets a second chance to fix some of the things that X and Y lacked. Definitely a must buy. Pokemon X and Y get a 7 out of 10, commending it for being not a revolutionary installment, but a faithful one. One that sticks to the formula while adding its own flair, and it does it marvelously. Well guys, that's it for this game, and I'd like to thank you for joining me once again to the Realm of Darkness. Not only that, but he will consistently ask you things as if you, the conversation. Oh, what the fuck? Lassen is a strange guy. Lassen is a strange guy, to be honest. In the first time you've ever meet him, he's just fucking. He's weird, man. I don't know. I don't know about the fucking fire.